Story 1. I've always been the kind of guy who believed in trust and giving people their space. When I met Jenna, she had this inseparable bond with her best friend, Alex. He was openly gay, flamboyant, and they had a history that went back to their school days. They were two peas in a pod, always laughing, always sharing. I respected their bond, never once letting jealousy creep in. After all, he was gay, and she was madly in love with me. What was there to worry about? A few days ago, while grabbing a beer with my mate, Ryan, he hesitated before showing me something on his phone. "Man, I don't know how to say this, but you need to see it," he murmured. And there it was, a video of Jenna and Alex not just hanging out, but in a way I'd never imagined. The shocker? They had an OnlyFans account, and they were marketing there. Unexpected chemistry. I was floored, not just by intimacy, but by the entire premise. An OnlyFans account with her gay best friend? The narrative I had built in my mind about their innocent friendship crumbled in an instant. Is this considered betray? I was so confused. When I confronted Jenna about the videos, she made a desperate attempt at nonchalance. "It's just an act, you know." "For the money," she began, her voice shaky. Alex and I thought it would be a quirky twist, given his orientation. We never thought it would be a big deal. Alex, on the other hand, tried to downplay it with humor. "Come on, man. It's 2023. But behind his jest, I could see the unease. But it wasn't just the act. It was the secrecy, the betrayal, the fact that they chose to hide it from me, thinking I'd never find out. Every excuse they threw at me felt like a slap in the face, each more absurd than the last. "It's just for the fans. We were just playing characters. It doesn't mean anything in real life." I'm torn. A part of me wants to understand, to believe that it was just a misguided venture for money. But another part of me feels like the trust we had is shattered beyond repair. I've always believed in second chances. But is this too much? Can trust be rebuilt in such a situation? Or is it time to close this chapter and move on? Your insights and experiences would mean the world to me right now. Last update. It's been a few weeks since my last post, and I thought I owed you all an update, especially after the overwhelming support and advice I received. I tried, folks. I really did. I wanted to believe Jenna's words, to think that it was just a one-time thing, a lapse in judgment. But as the days went by, my gut feeling grew stronger. I couldn't shake off the suspicion, so I decided to check their OnlyFans account one last time, and there it was. Fresh content, more videos, and even interactive sessions with their fans. They hadn't stopped. They had just become more discreet. Confronting Jenna again was even harder this time. The look in her eyes was different, not of guilt, but of defiance. And then came the offer that broke the camel's back. "Why don't you join us for a chat session? The fans would love it, and we could split the earnings," she suggested, as if monetizing our relationship would somehow make everything right. That was it for me. The woman I loved, the one I thought I knew, was lost in a world I couldn't understand or accept. I packed my bags and left immediately. It was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made, but deep down, I knew it was the right one. Thank you all for being there, for lending an ear when I needed it most. What do you think, viewers? Was Jenna's venture with Alex a betrayal, or simply a misunderstood business move? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And now, on to our next story. Have you ever had a nagging feeling about your partner's actions? In this next story, a husband grapples with unsettling signs and wonders if he's facing the painful reality of infidelity. Let's dive right in. Story 2. Hey Reddit, I've been wrestling with something for the past few weeks, and I need an outsider's perspective. I never imagined I'd be airing out my personal life here, but I'm at a loss and could use some advice. Sarah, my wife of 9 years, began coming home late from work more frequently. At first, it was once a week, then twice, and soon it became almost every night. She always had a reason: a last-minute meeting, a project deadline, a team dinner. I trusted her, so I never questioned it. But then I began to notice small changes. She'd come home with a different fragrance, one I didn't recognize. Her phone, which she used to leave around the house, was now always on her, always face down. And our conversations, which used to be filled with shared stories and laughter, became brief and distant. One evening, as I was taking out the trash, I found a receipt from a fancy restaurant dated a night she'd said she was working late. 2 meals, 2 drinks. My heart sank. I decided to do a little digging and discovered that the restaurant was known for its romantic ambiance. A place you'd take a date, not a colleague. I'm torn, Reddit. Every fiber of my being wants to believe there's a logical explanation, but the evidence keeps piling up. I haven't confronted her yet, and I'm not sure how to approach it. Is it just an affair, or is there something more I'm missing? How do you confront the person you love most with a suspicion that could shatter everything? Update. I finally mustered the courage to confront Sarah. I chose a quiet evening, hoping to have a calm and rational conversation. I laid out the evidence, the late nights, the unfamiliar fragrance, the restaurant receipt. Sarah looked taken aback. Her eyes darted around as if searching for an escape. She finally spoke. "He's just a colleague," she began, her voice barely above a whisper. "We've been working on a project together, and yes, we've had dinners, but it's all been professional." I wanted to believe her, but the receipt from the romantic restaurant gnawed at my trust. "Why didn't you tell me about these dinners? Why the secrecy?" I pressed. She sighed. "I didn't want you to get the wrong idea. I knew how it would look, and I didn't want to worry you over nothing. The thing is, Reddit, I have caught them in the act. There's no concrete proof of an affair, just a series of unsettling coincidences. Part of me wants to trust her, to believe that it's all a misunderstanding, but another part can't shake off the doubt. I'm at a crossroads. Do I trust my wife and move past this, chalking it up to poor communication? Or do I dig deeper, potentially jeopardizing the trust we've built over the years? I'm turning to you, fellow Redditors. Have any of you been in a similar situation? How did you handle it? Thank you. Last update. Hey, everyone. I wanted to give you all an update, since so many of you have been incredibly supportive and offered invaluable advice during this time. After countless sleepless nights, I've made a decision. I'm choosing to stay with Sarah. It's not out of naivety or blind trust, but rather a belief in the foundation we've built over the years. I've decided to give our relationship the benefit of the doubt, at least for now. I'll be vigilant, keeping an eye out for any signs or red flags. If something is indeed going on, I want to catch it in the act, to have undeniable proof before making any irreversible decisions. I know some of you might think I'm making a mistake, and I respect that. Relationships are complex, and what might work for one person might not work for another. All I can do is follow my gut and hope for the best. Thank you, Reddit, for being there during one of the most challenging periods of my life. Your words of wisdom, shared experiences, and even the tough love have been a beacon during these dark times. This second story is over. What would you do in his shoes? Trust and give the benefit of the doubt, or continue seeking concrete evidence? Share your opinions and personal experiences in the comments. Stay tuned for more stories and real-life relationship drama. And remember, if you're enjoying these tales, don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.